Hi guys, I am Chloe Griffith and I am going to be making a video today on some healthy habits that have quite literally changed my life. Like, I'm saying this with every single ounce of me, these habits, like I would not be who I am today, where I am in life today, if I did not come back to these habits. And I'm probably going to have to make two parts of this because there's just so many and I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I also want to preface this video by saying that your brain can only handle two changes at a time. And so as you're listening and learning about new things, I would really just try to change two things. Start with two in your routine, and that way you can really stick to it and you're not overwhelmed with information. But okay, without further ado, let's get into it. The first habit that I have that completely has transformed me, made me so aware, made me so awake, made me just so excited to live every single day. I feel like it's not going to be surprising, but this is meditation. Specifically, Joe Dispenza. I do his morning meditation every single morning, and he recommends doing this as early as possible, as soon as you can wake up. That way you can really get into the parasympathetic nervous system. And this meditation, it makes me so aware of where I am in life, what I want out of life, and it makes me aware of what I don't want, because he talks about what are some things you want to let go of, and it's just insane how much more awake I feel after this meditation, because I realize I orchestrate my life of how I want it to look. I'm literally visualizing it. And then in the section where he's saying now what parts do you want to change and what do you want to let go of, I'm able to be conscious and see where I sabotage myself and maybe where I have some really negative beliefs. And it's just so incredible, this meditation, and honestly really any meditation. If you're new to meditation, I would probably start with maybe 5 to 10 minutes. There's a ton on YouTube by the company Great Meditation, and I can also link their channel down below as well. But to meditate actually means to be familiar with. So when you're meditating, you're really just learning more about yourself. You're becoming comfortable with yourself. It's gonna make you feel so in your body. And in return, it's going to make you feel so present in life. It's going to make your life feel richer, more full, and if you're somebody that you're yeah, I don't have time for that. Seriously, just start with 5 minutes. Wake up 5 minutes earlier, work for an hour, set a timer for an hour, and then take a 5-minute break to meditate. If you don't have 5 minutes to just breathe, I promise you just have to get really sneaky with your time, strategic with it. Everybody has at least, it doesn't even have to be 5 minutes, it could be 1 minute. Start with 1 minute a day of just focusing on your breath. I promise you, you are gonna feel so much better. And this habit has seriously helped me just create the life that I want. And it's almost it gives me a blueprint in the morning of how is my day gonna go, how it sets that intention, and I'm not reacting. I'm strategically planning out how my day is gonna go. I'm not just reacting to other people. I'm being proactive, not reactive. So yeah, that's number one on the list, and I just think that is such a good habit. And I know every single successful person that I listen to, they meditate. So that really says something as well. Okay, the second habit that I wanted to share is gratitude. This is something that I started in my life probably my senior year of college. I remember, like, I would sit, my boyfriend Jake and I, we were living in a house in Carrollton together, and I would sit on our little front porch that had a swing, and I would just write out every single thing that I was grateful for. Like, I would fill the page up, and it's insane, you guys, how much my life changed when I incorporated that habit. Like, in that year is the year that I got my job where I moved to Nashville. I got so out of my comfort zone. Like, it's almost like so many things started, like, attracting to me. And I just started to really, like, be happy and, like, just notice different things about life. And I would say, like, that's where my practice started. So that was probably 6 years ago today. Which is wild. Maybe not 6 years, probably 5 years ago. And I've kind of just, like, weaved in and out of it, but I actually was talking with my therapist a couple of weeks ago, and she recommended to me, she was like, I would incorporate a gratitude practice in your life. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful. Like, I don't need that, you know, like, I used to write out what I was grateful for, and, like, I'm good. No. Like, she told me to sit down for 5 minutes, only 5 minutes a day, and just think of what you're grateful for. I put this music on, it's called EMDR, which is, like, helps with, like, your nervous system, and, like, if any, like, kind of scary feelings come up, like, it really, like, helps soothe you and just puts you in a really good place. And I can put the link to that down below as well. But anyways, I started incorporating this habit of only 5 minutes in the morning of thinking what I'm grateful for, and holy crap, it's like my heart is just bursting at the end of these 5 minutes. Like, I have been starting to notice, like, so many things in my life that I'm grateful for that if I wasn't in this place, like, I wouldn't appreciate. And, like, for example, I notice little things like the way that my boyfriend says crab ragoon is, like, super funny to me, and it makes me laugh, and it just, like, makes me happy. And the way that the sun is hitting the tree right now, the way that how the sky is so blue, like, there's just so many things that we can be grateful for, and it's like the more grateful you are, the more you're going to attract in your life. Because, like, think about it, if you were to give your friend a present, like a Christmas present, say, and they were just, like, not appreciative of it, like, they're like, oh, thanks, and, like, you could just feel that they don't appreciate it, are you gonna want to give them a present again? No, you're gonna be like, this ungrateful bitch, like, you brat, like, what the hell? You're gonna feel like you've, like, been taken from. And I believe, like, that's how God feels when we're not grateful. Like, I am just working on being so grateful for just the little things. Like, I'm so grateful for my car. I'm so grateful for my house. And doing this, it's almost like your energy, like, everything around you starts to be, like, filled with love. And you just feel so, like, joyful and at ease. And also, like, your brain can't be grateful and anxious at the same time. So it's like when I start to, like, get worked up and be anxious and be like, oh my God, I have so much to do, and, like, I'm, like, all worked up and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I get to do this. Like, there are people in this world who are stuck in a hospital, who have no one, who are homeless. Like, I am so lucky. And it's like, you really just have to start, like, my mom always told me this growing up, but, like, somebody's always gonna be worse off than you, but someone's always gonna be better off than you. So just be grateful for what you have, because, like, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and, like, life is literally what you make it. Like, you're the creator. You can make it any way you want, but you really do have to start with being grateful. Okay. the next thing I wanted to share is affirmations. Affirmations have single-handedly just completely transformed who I am. I was someone who, like, growing up, I was bullied in school very badly. Like, and I'm not saying this to be a victim and, like, for people to be like, oh, I'm so sorry and blah, blah, blah. Like, honestly, I don't really even want to share it because A, it's embarrassing, and B, I used to have a ton of shame around it, and I've had to do a lot of work to remove that shame. Some of the work I've done is like Brad Yates' emotional freedom technique tapping. That has helped a ton. But all of that to say, I wanted to share that just as an example, just to give you guys context of how powerful affirmations are. Because I was bullied in school for being stupid. People were so mean. They actually tried to vote me in high school as, like, most likely to succeed, like, as a joke. Like, everywhere I looked, people were saying I was stupid. In front of my face, behind my back, some of my closest friends, also some of my family members. Like, it was everywhere. I couldn't escape it. Like, and it was to the point where I literally hated myself. Like, I was so ashamed of myself. I was so depressed. I felt like a failure. I never felt good enough. And honestly, it all started, like, when I was very young. I would act stupid on purpose because I realized, like, oh, this gets me attention. Like, I'm gonna be seen if I act this certain way, and, like, I'm finally being seen. And it just started to spiral, like, more and more and more, to the point where, like, I actually started to believe that I was stupid. And I know, like, now, today, as a 25-year-old, very successful, like, I know deep down I am anything but stupid. Like, I am so powerful. I am always growing my mind. Like, obviously, I don't need to prove that to anyone, but I'm just saying, whatever your deepest insecurity is, you have to start with that, and you need to flip it. So, like, for me, I started journaling out, like, everything I was afraid of. So I was like, I'm afraid that other people think I'm stupid. And I started looking myself in the mirror and being like, I am extremely intelligent and wise. Like, I am so powerful. I am so successful. I can do anything I put my mind to. Once you start with these affirmations, like, they will work so much quicker if you look yourself in the mirror also. They'll still work if you read them out loud, but they'll work 10 times as fast when you really look at yourself in the mirror and believe it. Because you're the creator of your life. Like, you are entirely up to you. And what you think is what you create. So, like, me growing up, I was believing, like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm unworthy. And so that's all I saw. Like, everything that I was believing was reflected to me. And if you start your day looking yourself in the mirror and being like, I love you and accept you exactly as you are. I am loved. I am worthy. I am abundant and lucky in every single aspect of my life. I am attracting the highest good. Like, you already are, like, filling your own cup up. And so then everything else that's going to be in your life is just added on. So, like, for me, I don't need my boyfriend to tell me I'm pretty. I already told myself I'm pretty. So I'm not lacking anything. Like, I fill my own cup up. And so everything else in my life is just added on. And two, it's also like, if someone, like, it's very hard for me to get hurt these days now because I don't believe in negative things. I don't believe negative things about myself anymore. So, like, if someone were to look at me and say, Chloe, you're stupid, I'd be like, it's not gonna hurt me because I know that they're saying it out of their insecurity and they're just projecting it onto me. But, like, I don't believe that about myself anymore. And so you can't hurt me. Like, I believe in the highest good for myself. And so when you start believing in the highest good for yourself and you start like affirming yourself every morning, people are going to start reflecting that back to you. And they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so amazing. Like, you're so beautiful. You're like, whatever you're saying, whatever you're believing in your mind, it's going to reflect back to you. So that is seriously probably the most powerful habit that I have. And honestly, the past couple weeks, I haven't been the best at like staying with my affirmations. And I just started like really getting serious. I mean, I always listen to Louise Hay, but, and I'm going to link her down below too, because she has some incredible subliminal affirmations, where you can fall asleep listening to these. You don't even have to, you can play them while you sleep. I do that too. If you don't have time, literally play it while you sleep. Like, there's no excuse like why you couldn't do it. But anyways, like, I have a list on my phone that I keep that are just like very like personal to me. And I started like doing the list on my phone again like the past 2 weeks, and I'm like, holy crap, like the relationship that I have with myself is just insane. I think that is everything that I'm gonna share for this video. I just wanted to start with 3 easy ones this time, and I'm gonna make a part 2 for sure. Let me know if you guys want a part 2, and let me know if this video helped you at all and what else you guys want to see. I really love sharing like what's helped me and just like opening up my heart here, and this type of stuff just like lights me on fire. Like, I just really love sharing things that have helped me and living a really healthy life, living a purposeful life. And I want to help you guys get to whatever dream goal you want, and maybe just add like a little bit of joy or peace in your life. So yeah, thank you so much if you watch this, and I love you, and I will see you in part 2.